Eastern. Catch it all right here Monday through Friday on FS1.
Well, all year long, Joy Taylor told me, keep your eye on Toronto. Keep your eye on Toronto. And I said, I don't trust him. I've been burned by Toronto before. Well, that's a big bowl of wrong for me. Yesterday, they got their way past an incredibly talented team in Philadelphia. And we showed you the buzzer beater multiple times. I want to bring on, from Wichita State and Rockford, Illinois, often overlooked, but a two-time Missouri Valley Conference player. He's a perfect fit with the Raptors. Fred VanVleet is joining us now. Fred, thanks for coming on the show. I got to ask you, we're going to show the game-winning shot again. We're going to spot shadow you. You had the perfect seat for it. Go back to high school. Have you ever been in a buzzer beater win before?
Yeah, Buzz. You know, you'd be surprised how many different crazy endings you get in AAU and high school basketball and stuff like that. But nothing of this magnitude. You know, Game 7, Kawhi, superstar. You know, everything's on the line, and but to have that kind of circus bounce going is definitely at the top of the list that I've seen.
You know, Kawhi's pretty quiet guy. Hard for us in the media to get our arms around him. Is he more talkative? Is he different locker room, on the team playing, at practice?
Yeah, he's just regular. He's a regular dude, man. He doesn't like to talk to you guys, and you know that's understandable. But with us, he's pretty normal, and he's definitely on the quieter side. But you know, he's still a normal dude to us.
You know, Fred, there's this narrative out there that, you know, everybody knows he's a free agent. Is that a weird situation? Do you talk to him about it? You'd obviously love him to stay. The city loves him. The team loves him. How do you kind of reconcile all that? Is it something you guys talked about this year that he could leave?
Yeah, we talk about it. I mean, we're human. We talk about all this stuff, and we laugh and joke about it. And, you know, that's his business. At the end of the day, we just want his best for this year. And hopefully, you know, we reach our chances of winning a title, and then he can do whatever he wants after that. So that's really none of our business, and we'd love to have him, and we'd love to keep him, and he knows that. And I think he's having a great time here in Toronto. But, you know, we're just so focused in on this series and these playoffs. And then, you know, when the summertime comes, that's when Kawhi needs to do what's best for him.
People talk about the relationship between the Raptors and the city of Toronto feels different than other cities. Now, you've only played for the Raptors last 3 years, but if you could, explain what it feels like to you. Now, you were in a smaller town at Wichita State, similarly, where the team was the town.
Yes.
Does it feel a little bit like that, Fred?
Yeah, it's the same. Obviously, we have the Leafs here, and it's probably still a hockey town per se, just because that's Canada's sport. But just to have the entire country behind you, have the city of Toronto behind you, where people kind of identify with the team and feel like we're overlooked, and the underdog role and all of those things put together. And this time is a special time in the city. I mean, especially after that shot yesterday, just, you know, the city's, you know, on a pretty good buzz right now, and we're riding this momentum and trying to bring a championship home. You know, Fred, Damian Lillard's from Weber State. Steph Curry's from Davidson. Klay Thompson, Washington State. You're from Wichita State. It's Kawhi's San Diego State, I think. It's amazing how many guys in this league at the end of the season are from non-traditional, you know, Duke, Kansas powers. Could I say this, Fred, that there's a certain chip on the shoulder when you do get overlooked, when nobody watched you in college? I mean, it's just a crazy coincidence. The NBA now is being run by a lot of guys we didn't watch in college a ton. Yeah, it's not a coincidence. I just think the number one thing out of that is, you know, you can write as many storylines that you want, but if you can play, you can play. And you can't hide forever, and talent's not going to be overlooked forever. And the guys who can't play, who get the hype, they can't hide forever either. So at the end of the day, the cream will always rise to the top, and you're seeing that. Get it right all the time, and it's just your job as an individual to keep working and go to a school that suits you best and that fits you best, and worry about the rest later. But the NBA doesn't really have favoritism. If you can play, you know, you'll be all right.
I was saying with Kawhi Leonard, it's interesting. I'm not saying he's MJ, but from his body, his intensity, his defense, his mid-range jumper, the ability with his hand size to palm it and improvise in the air. There is I see a little MJ. Yeah. I see a little bit, Fred, of MJ. Yeah. Am I the only person? Have you ever seen a little bit of that too?
Yeah, we're seeing it. It's there. I don't think you can deny that. I think that, Michael Jordan's imprint on the game, and I'm sure he studied some of that along with Kobe and some of those guys. You see that framework there and just how dominating he is with his physicality and the steals and just the footwork. So he's establishing himself in his own right, in the history books as one of the best players in the world, and I'm sure he's picked a little bit from each of those guys' games.
Finally, I don't know if you've heard of Giannis. He's a handful. Milwaukee, they're big. They're well coached. I know you guys had some struggles this year. What do you
tested in these playoffs? Orlando gave us a good shot, although it was 4-1. And obviously Philly taking us to 7. So we've been tested, and we've had to show a lot out of our toolbox and different ways to win. So I think we'll be pretty well prepared, and it's going to be a hell of a series. And the best team is going to come out of it. So we're just trying to lock in these next couple of days and come up with a game plan and go out there. And whoever plays the best is going to win. Sounds stupid, but sometimes it's just that simple.
Is it mandatory that you have to listen to Drake if you're a Raptor? What if he wasn't your favorite guy?
No. That's not a thing.
Fred, good luck to you and the Raptors, my man. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks for having
me. There we go. Fred Van Fleet is part of the Raptors, which, listen, man, I didn't buy him all year. I've been burned by him. And Joy over here is just a big fan of dinosaurs. Books at home.
I am a big fan of dinosaurs. Stegosaurus is my favorite. And then the Raptors, coincidentally. But everyone just forgot who Kawhi is. And it's understandable because he was gone for a year.
And he doesn't talk.
With an intense injury. He doesn't talk. It seems like he was difficult because who can't work with the Spurs and Greg Popovich and who wouldn't want a system like that? Kawhi's just his own guy, but everyone forgot how great Kawhi is.
You know what I like about Kawhi, too? He shoots mid-range jumpers. I'm not anti-analytics, but analytics weren't created to find Barry Bonds. They were created over the course of 162 games. You go with all analytics are is averages. But when you get down to a series and everybody's evenly rested and it's the best coaches, the best defense, the best schemes, the best players, the best closers, I got nothing against analytics. I need guys that can get buckets.
Well, we're showing LeBron's tweet. LeBron said it best because analytics really should only be used to give you an advantage, to help you prepare for your opponent. You can't play the game based off of analytics. You see what happens when you do that.
One of the guys on the staff this morning had a great line about this, and I got to give Sammy had this. He said, hold on, I got to find this line. I have to give Sam credit. Occasionally, I don't have all the brilliant lines on this show. What was it? No, I can't find it, Sam. I'm sorry about that. Oh, yeah. Analytics will qualify you for the playoffs. Stars will advance you. There you go, Sam. Only good line he's ever had on the show. Might as well get it in there.
It's true, though.
It's really true. Over the course of a season, 162 baseball games, analytics, play the averages, get you in. You want to advance? Then David Price for the Red Sox has to throw... That's the reality. You want to give me a mid-range jumper. It's the hurt.